This video is sponsored by Countersight. I feel like we are so far removed from this moment. It is so sad and so disappointing because Chapter 84 doesn't do anything to make Ultra Instinct, Master Ultra Instinct Goku be better than what he was at any point before this moment. And it does not give us the Ultra Ego that I think we deserve, the Ultra Ego that we all wanted. I gave Chapter 84 a few days to resonate with me as I went along my daily life, as I went along my daily business, and decided to kind of just think about it and not jump into a video right away for it. And today's the day that I decide, is this as bad as this looks? Is this chapter the death of Dragon Ball, something that has been heralded to us by the one and only Totally Not Mark, who made an entire video talking about how detrimental this chapter is to the entirety of Dragon Ball. I mean, look at that title. That's a pretty doom and gloom title right there. So today we dive deep into this chapter and see what the highlights are and where it fell short. And with that, I really want to start where I think it fell extremely short. And I know this is just the beginning of the battle. I know that there's going to be probably 3 more chapters dedicated to this fight, but this is where it's starting to fall short just in this chapter alone. Because the premise itself is amazing. The premise itself of Goku and Vegeta in their ultimate forms. This isn't just Goku and Vegeta in Super Saiyan or in Base. This is their ultimate forms, things that we've been talking about, theorizing about, making fan animation, making fan manga about for months, if not years, for ever since we got this new transformation. This is a huge moment. This should have been a tremendous moment in the timeline of this battle. But the only one that has any standout growth in this fight is Gas. Gas is the only one that has learned from the entire experience facing off against these guys, because remember, he was sticking to his tricks, he was sticking to his abilities to create weapons, he was sticking to his code as a warrior. That's exactly what he was doing before, and then he realized that that didn't work entirely against Granola without using some Dragon Ball attacks, without using Dragon Ball Z finishers, without being able to conjure up Ki Blast, twirling the joystick and having beam struggles. He needed everything to face off against these guys, and that's exactly what he uses here. He uses a combination of the things that he's learned as well as his abilities and his weapons to fight a 2-on-1 battle. So in this sense, Gas really is the only one that had any character progression when it came to fighting against these guys, and that's kind of what makes Gas a little bit cool in my end, that he's almost like a fully fleshed out character in this. He's not a mustache twirling evildoer, he's just doing what is being told of him. If Alec right now told him not to kill these guys, he would more than likely not kill these guys. He'd probably go on with his business of probably killing Frieza because he's the universe's strongest. But BlackScape, I thought you said that you were gonna focus on something that fell short for you, and all you're saying is positive things about Gas. It's because this was not supposed to be Gas's moment. This was supposed to be Goku and Vegeta's moment, and it fell short. Goku and Vegeta don't fight in unison for the most part. They don't do anything different. They don't do anything new. There's no new abilities. There's no new powers. There really is nothing that you would think would come from them knowing and learning how to be themselves and how to incorporate their Saiyanness into Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego. It's literally just punch, punch, dodge, dodge. And even most of the time, Goku, whose only main ability is instantaneous dodging, doesn't even do it. He gets hit several times in this, and he shouldn't be. He should at least, at minimum, be dodging all of this, and Vegeta should be taking the hit. Vegeta, whose power is getting the L and getting beaten up and getting stronger through that, that is what they should be doing. Every hit that is coming after Goku, Vegeta should be taking for Goku if Goku cannot dodge it. That's what they should be doing. There should be more to this fight than what it is. We got such a cool ending finisher fight with Goku versus Moro at the end of the last chapter. We do see new abilities. We see a huge kaiju version of Goku. We see a lot of new things in that. In this, it's just the same old that we've been seeing. And maybe I had my hopes really high because, again, this is Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku we're talking about with Ultra Ego Vegeta. But I really don't think that my hopes were really that high. I think they were reasonable to think that this match would be interesting and Gas wouldn't be the only one coming out with a W through this. Look at this fan animation here. This is Goku versus Vegeta in their ultimate forms. How can a fan, an animator, come up with a far more interesting battle between two of the Titans of Dragon Ball than anything that came out in this chapter? The abilities and the strengths, the new techniques, Vegeta catching and blasting ki blast out of his mouth and being a complete animal, those things could have been in this, but Vegeta really doesn't do anything different, anything new, besides the fact he gets his ass kicked up and down the chapter, only to at the end of the chapter be like, this is my power. You keep kicking my ass, I keep getting stronger, which to me only leads me to believe that Vegeta is going to keep getting his ass kicked, and that is going to be the power boost that he needs to defeat Gas, because Gas is only strongest from the moment he made the wish. If Vegeta keeps getting his ass beat and gets stronger and stronger and stronger, then yeah, he eventually will become stronger than Gas, or at least at his level. That's what I'm thinking is going to be. It may be a Vegeta W with a Goku assist, and I would be fine with that. I just think that this chapter hinged on this fight, and it really didn't deliver for me. It was just dry, and it was boring, in my opinion. Especially this scene right here. This video is sponsored by Countersight. You want to play an RPG where you take the reins of a CEO whose job it is to defend the universe, defend the world, but you don't want to leave the comfort of your own desk. So as the CEO, you assign other people to do those jobs and to counter, become soldiers, and fight with mechs against unknown monsters? Well, you're in luck today, because Countersight is ready to hire you as the next CEO. Having some of the best 2D graphics among many games in the same genre, this mobile game is a favorite among anime fans, you know, subculture of otaku, who love to dive headfirst into a beautiful live 2D graphic world where you can experience an in-depth story with a high volume of game content, similar to Summoners, where you will participate in real-time PvP events that are not turn-based, more agile, more fun to play. To commemorate the launch, there will be an event where you can try out 160 free gachas. Make sure to use my code CSGlobal2022, a code that is redeemable between May 27 to June 29, 2022, that gives you 1,000 quartz, 10 employment contracts, 1 million credit on top of the special event, giving you special recruitment for new CEOs and 10 free recruits a day during the event. If you love high-end sci-fi, make sure to click the link in the description below in the top comment. Sign up for Countersight today and become the CEO that saves the world from unknown monsters. Vegeta makes a ki blast, right? In this ki blast, he has God of Destruction energy. It's for erasing mortals, right? So he is gonna use it against Gas, right? And before he uses it against Gas, he comes out and yells out what the move is, what its purpose is, and then he tries to goad Gas into catching it, which Gas stupidly kind of does. He uses a shield, the shield goes away, but he knows what this is about. He knows that it could destroy his shield, so it probably could hurt him, so he uses his own ki to push it away. But if Vegeta had not said anything, this could have been the end of Gas. This could have been the end of Gas, and Vegeta fumbled it. It just reminded me of Multiverse of Madness, where Reed Richards is like, one word from Black Bolt's lips, and you would be gone, Scarlet Witch. And Scarlet Witch is like, what lips? I mean, it's almost the exact same thing. It was just stupid. It was dumb. And Vegeta is still carrying these traits that are really annoying. He goes through this chapter learning about Saiyan pride, something that he already knew about. Originally, I thought that this was a positive because I thought that Vegeta would be talking about how he forgot about his Saiyan pride because of Earth. And Earth has softened him. And this is something that we've been seeing probably since Dragon Ball Super, where Vegeta has gotten a lot softer because of his time on Earth. Even in the Moro arc, he apologizes for the actions that he took on the original planet Namek. But we find out that Vegeta has been carrying out the burden of the sins of all the Saiyans, which is something that has never been touched on, at least not at great length, throughout Dragon Ball. I understood him apologizing to the Namekians because he's the one that killed them all. He killed a bunch of villages on planet Namek. That made sense. And I understand him getting softer throughout Dragon Ball because he had a family. So him not remembering how to, wanting to kill people and being more like Goku, that made sense. But for him to be feeling guilty for what the Saiyans did to Planet Cereal, that's something that only has been introduced in this arc, and that's kind of why it feels like it comes out of nowhere. But to me, that's the least offensive thing in this chapter. As all of you may know, I like Dragon Ball Minus, I like Goku, I like Bardock and Gine's relationship, and I love the fact that Goku is now remembering Bardock because I feel like that's the only way to push his character a little bit forward and connect everything a little bit better and give his character a little bit more depth. But the wish is still the wish, and the wish is a megaton problem. It is such a detrimental problem to the future and the past of Dragon Ball. It just is. It honestly is. Vegeta says, and to think that you and Raditz survived when you were young because of a wish on the Dragon Balls. That's not fair. And I get it that Vegeta's kind of teasing Goku a little bit on this, but then he elaborates, and this is the part where the argument for this change, to me, it eludes me a little bit. People are saying that it's only that the wish only focuses on the fact that Bardock wished for his sons to survive, and then Bardock was instrumental in basically making sure Goku survived, and Vegeta basically saved Raditz from annihilation. But the second part of the wish is wishing for you to thrive and all. Who ever heard of such pampered Saiyans? So Vegeta in this scene is feeling some type of way. Goku got a illegal leg up on life because of the fact that he got a wish. It's not just a wish to survive, it's a wish to thrive. Thriving could mean anything. Thriving could mean Goku making a family, all the way up to him having this power of Mastered Ultra Instinct and saving the universes in the Tournament of Power. That could be thriving. For Raditz, thriving could be just surviving and living life with Vegeta and Nappa up until his death against Goku. The wish is extremely ambiguous in this sense, and that is why people are confused by it. A lot of things in Dragon Ball are ambiguous and left to interpretation. This is one of the worst offenders for something that to leave into interpretation, because people are interpreting this all sorts of ways, and honestly, until we get some actual concrete evidence as to what this wish was, what Monaito actually said, and how this affects Goku and Raditz, I feel like everything could surely be true. Is Dragon Ball Super Chapter 84 as bad as it looks? It is, if not worse.
Subscribe for more content.